Today we're going to learn compound verbs in Urdu and Hindi. अस्सलाम वालेकुम, हेलो एवरीवन, आपके क्या हाल चाल है? मेरा नाम सारा है. इस चैनल पे खुश आमदीद. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I'm Sara and on this channel I teach Urdu as a second language. I've been teaching for a few years. If you're learning Hindi, this will be beneficial because Urdu and Hindi grammar is quite the same. Today we're going to learn a very important grammar point, that is compound verbs. We're going to understand what are compound verbs, why they're used, how they're made, and then I'll give you some examples of compound verbs. The verb that we're going to focus today is DENA. So now the first question is, what are compound verbs? So the compound verb is a two-verb construction. So two verbs are used. The first verb we can say is V1 and the second verb is V2. So the first verb V1 is the stem of the main verb. That means the verb that we want to indicate, the action that we want to convey. That is the stem of the main verb. I'll get to it in detail. And the verb 2, V2, gets all the inflections of the gender, number, and conjugations. If you're perplexed or confused, don't be. I'm going to explain it. Let's take an example. So for V1, the action that we want to convey, the action that we want to do, the main verb. Let's take the verb karna. Karna is to do. It's one of the most common, the most important verb in Urdu and Hindi. We want to take the stem of this verb. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the na. This is infinitive form. No need of that. We need the stem, which is kar. So kar is the main verb, the V1 verb. The second verb, V2 verb, is the verb DENA. DENA. DENA is to give. But DENA loses its lexical meaning. It loses its meaning when it's in a compound verb. So, kar dena is our compound verb. Kar dena. DENA is going to receive all the inflections of like the gender of the subject, the number of the subject, and all the conjugations. That means that whenever we want to conjugate it in future tense, present simple, present continuous, DENA is going to be conjugated. And it's not going to have its original meaning, which is to give. So kar dena is to do. There are quite a lot of verbs that are used as V2. In the first video that I've produced a long time ago, like a year or two ago, I used the verb jana. Jana is also used as a V2 verb. But here DENA is used because this video I will explore DENA. So instead of using karna, just to do, we're using kar dena, which has the same meaning, to do. Karna and kar dena both have the same meaning. But kar dena has a nuanced meaning. It has a more emphasis. DENA indicates the action is towards the object or for the benefit of the object. The compound verb is never used in the present continuous or the past continuous form. Now another point is the compound verbs cannot be used in negatives other than the present continuous tense. So it cannot be used in the present continuous and it cannot be a negating sentence. Now let's take an example. Let's use the present simple form first. Present simple tense. मैं करती हूँ. मैं करती हूँ means I do. मैं करती हूँ. This is a normal verb, not a compound verb. It has a meaning like I do. But if you use a compound verb, मैं कर देती हूँ. मैं कर देती हूँ. DENA is the verb, the V2 verb that's getting the inflection or getting the conjugation. मैं कर देती हूँ. That means I do it for someone else. It has a more important feel to it. It has more emphasis to it. मैं नाश्ता बना देती हूँ. मैं काम कर देती हूँ. मैं काम कर देती हूँ means I do it for someone else. मैं मदद कर देती हूँ. मैं मदद कर देती हूँ. I help. मदद कर देना is the verb. मैं मदद कर देती हूँ. In this sentence, the sense of benefit or the movement of an action is moving away from the doer, so towards the object. So I do it for someone else. So it's adding a different shade to the verb. मैं कर देती हूँ. Right now, it might be not too obvious, but when I'll compare it with other verbs, other compound verbs, for example, लेना, कर लेना. कर लेना, right? This is another compound verb, and here the action is directed towards the doer, towards the subject, for the benefit of the subject. Therefore, there's a clear contrast with compound verbs. The meanings are quite different. But that is for another day. Right now, this whole video is focused on DENA. Now, let's take a male subject. So, for him, the DENA will receive a conjugation, and that is going to be according to the subject, right? The person who is doing it. So, मैं कर देता हूँ. Again, present simple. मैं कर देता हूँ. मैं कर देता हूँ. I do it. मैं कर देता हूँ. So, now let's use the subject. Let's take plural. Many people, especially many male subjects. So let's use the pronoun हम. हम कर देते हैं. The suffix is going to be te to match the number and gender of the subject. हम कर देते हैं. We do it for other people. So away from us. हम कर देते हैं. हम काम कर देते हैं. हम उनके लिए काम कर देते हैं. उनके लिए means for them. उनके लिए काम कर देते हैं. हम उनके लिए काम कर देते हैं. We do work for other people. You can conjugate it in any tense. Let's use the future tense. If you want to learn the tenses, I have a specific playlist on my channel, and you can follow that playlist to learn each tense. Now for the future tense, first take the female subject. Suffix is ongi. DENA is the verb that we're going to put conjugation on. Kar dungi. मैं कर दूंगी. I will do it. Again, the emphasis is I'm doing it for the other people. मैं कर दूंगी. For a man, मैं कर दूंगा. मैं कर दूंगा. मैं कर दूंगा. मैं आपके लिए कर दूंगा. I'll do it for you. मैं आपके लिए कर दूंगा. If there are many male subjects, हम कर देंगे. So the suffix is एंगे. देंगे. हम कर देंगे. हम काम कर देंगे. हम काम कर देंगे. If the females are plural, like the subject is many women, then you can say हम कर देंगी. But to be honest, a group of female will also say हम कर देंगे. That's very colloquial. हम कर देंगे. Or for men, हम कर देंगे. Same sentence. The actual suffix is इंगी for female. Plural and singular. हम कर देंगी. Grammar wise it's correct, but colloquially women also say हम कर देंगे. Alright, I hope it helped, and if you have any confusion you can put it in the comment section. If you want to take a private lesson, I teach on these websites. If you want to support me and want to say thank you, you can become a patron. I made a video on 10 verbs using DENA as a compound verb. If I've already posted it, I'll put the link somewhere here. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.